Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Slingers Racing League 360 Sprint Cars from Weedsport. They are wrapping up their practice session, and I know they're going to be waiting on us, so we're going to send it quickly down trackside for our pre-race ceremonies. Then we'll get to our qualifying session in just a minute, so we'll be back in about 2 minutes.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the 360 Sprint Cars, brought to us by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators here for the 360 Sprint Car Series. I know Roger usually goes off of what I'm doing here on the broadcast and want them to have to run too long with their practice session. I know Roger doesn't like going too long on that, so I wanted to make sure we kind of got that initial open quick and easy there, got into the national anthem so they could keep the race show moving as well. Currently in our super clean quick qualifying session, Max Standball at the top with a 13.666. Just behind him, Troy Wagaman Jr. with a 13.869. Practice session wrapping up. We're going to get ready for heat race number 1. We got about 31 cars here in the server. This is week 9. We are halfway. After tonight, we'll be halfway through the season. Crazy that these Monday night shows have flown by like that we're already on number 9, but we are. And it looks like Standball is going to take the Quick Time Award here in week number 9. We get ready for heat race number 1 to grid out here on the racetrack. Waiting for them to show up. It's pretty crazy. We'll get into the stats of the 8 race season so far here in a little bit. We're going to give you the grid to start off, though. Starting on the front row for Sandbagger Sim Team, Greg Dahlman Racing from Tampa, Florida, starting on the pole position, the 5 of Max Standball. To his outside in the 13 machine, that's Aiden Berlin. Row number 2 on the inside from Des Moines, Iowa, for Casey's General Stores, the 50 of Jason Randolph. To his outside for Royal Sim Sports, Edge Racing Designs from Moore, Oklahoma, the 21 of Michael Meek. Row number 3 on the inside, the 30 of Jonathan White. To his outside, the 245 of Carlin Kier. And on the back row for Team Scott King's Design, Telly Lake Vet and Fast Wings from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the 118 of Scott King. To his outside, the 155 of Michael Sellers. And that will round out heat race number 1. Looks like we're going to have 4 heat races and then 3 consolation races, our pole dash, and the feature. Anne Marie, thanks for checking in as always, a regular here at least on the Monday nights. Thanks for commenting. If you are in the chat, or I should say if you are watching online, put a chat, send a message in the chat, let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, and we will give you a shout out here on the broadcast. Anne Marie knows how that works. She's on here all the time, rooting on Aiden, letting us know that she is there and watching. We appreciate you tuning in every week. We get ready to go. Aiden's got quite the starting position here today in this heat race. This is the Edmond Trophy Company heat race number 1 on the racetrack. At Weedsport. As I was mentioning, we're going to mention some of the stats. We've had 8 weeks to the season so far. The last 5 weeks, we've opened the server up a little bit, and it's allowed for some better racing around here. 38 heat races. This will be the 39th one to run right now in this season. We've had 29 different winners out of those 9 heat races. Looks like Stamball is having some connection issues. But of those 38 heat races, 29 different winners. We'll see if we can get a 30th different winner here in heat race number 39. Green flag in the air. There goes. Is that Michael Meek? Yeah, he's going to get turned around, and we're going to have chaos on the backstretch. So the first corner is going to bring us our first caution here tonight. Let's check on this 21 machine. He's going to get turned around right off the get-go. We barely even get on the throttle. Jason Randolph to the inside in the 3rd position. Let's see what happened. Stamball's blinking. Randolph slides up, gives him a little boot, gets turned around. Carlin Cure, and just trying to see Michael Sellers possibly in the 15 car, getting into him and bringing out our first caution of the night. Not the start we wanted to see here in heat race number 1. See if Max Stamball is still having some connection issues or not. Looks like he's got it cleaned up for the time being. So we didn't even make it a lap. We didn't even make it through 1 and 2. And we have our first caution. Running order still Stamball, Berlin. Jonathan White moves up to the 3rd spot. Things updating here for me. Kerr is in the 4th spot. King in 5th. Sellers 6th. Meek 7th. And Randolph in 8th. Looks like Randolph probably got an EOL penalty there, sending him to the back of the field for bringing out that caution with the contact with Michael Meek. We have only had 6 different multi-time heat race winners this season. And I think at least 2 of them are here in this heat race, Michael Meek and Max Stamball. Stamball leads the most with 4. Michael Meek second with 3. Then it's Royer, Cardwell, Sheridan, and Brown, all with 2 apiece. Be interesting to see how week number 9 stacks out. I know for a while we hadn't had back-to-back heat race winners in back-to-back weeks. Michael Meek ruined that back in week number 6 and 7, I believe. No, 5 and 6. Seems that long ago. Nobody had won the week before and then came in and won in the current week. Meek has done that, and I think Brown did that last week and the week before in week 7 and 8. And we got another caution here. Let's go back and see. Michael Sellers possibly off the restart behind Scott King. Michael Meek behind him. Jason Randolph. Meek gonna dive it on in there to the inside of Sellers. Oh, he got up on the wall. Got on the wall a little bit. Oh, Michael Meek went for another ride. Let's go take a look. Here it is. We're going to be going back to that restart once again. Get stacked up on the restart. You're going to watch. I think it's down the back stretch, or maybe after. Yeah, probably down the back stretch is when Seller rides the wall. And in 3 and 4 with Scott King. Let's see what happens with Michael Meek here. Oh, he just clipped the inside wall there and went for a heck of a ride. Michael Meek having a tough start to the night here in heat race number 1. We're going to jump back up here with Max Stambaugh. It looks like, did Michael Meek, he's on pit road getting repairs. Gonna have to get some after he probably knocked the toe out of that machine. He destroyed it on that inside wall. Just an inside wall there from where he, looks like there's a service road. So it barricades it there, and you can see where it comes back out there in the middle of 1 and 2. There's a little concrete wall there just on the entrance and exits of the corner. There's a little gap in the wall, and that's what caught Meek's front tire. Spun him around, sent him flying, put a lot of damage to that 21 machine. Should be getting ready to go. Michael Sheridan Max Stambaugh gonna lead us to the green flag. Don't know why I said Sheridan there. Stambaugh gonna try it for the 3rd time. Can we go more than a lap this time? He's got Berlin in tow this time. They're gonna do battle. Keep an eye in the back of the pack. We should be taking 4 to the show. Stambaugh able to relieve the pressure a little bit this time. Coming to 4 to go. And we got another caution on the racetrack. Jonathan White is on pit road. Don't know if that was before the caution or after the caution. Looking at the 30 car here, battling with Scott King. King comes up a little bit. It's into him. That doesn't do anything. So where does the 30 car get some more damage? Oh, he did the same thing Michael Meek did. He drilled that inside wall, and that could be an issue here for the rest of the night. I know we've had some trouble in a couple other races that I've done here where that has become a factor. So, well, it says we're on the final lap. We're going to end it. Must be, sometimes these heat races have a time limit to them. That might be the case here. We're going to have to see. Are they going to give Sheridan the win? Or are we still going to go? We still might try to run. Laps are counting now. I just completed the lap 4, so we'd be halfway through. That looks like it's it. So that's going to do it. Stambaugh is going to take the win. I apologize. I didn't catch anyone else. I know Stambaugh and Berlin went on. But that's going to do it due to time, I assume. That's why we ended that one. So we're going to give you a heat race number 2 on the racetrack. This will be the Sign It Up Wraps, Signs, and Graphics heat race number 2 on the racetrack. Starting on the pole position for UDSRA, High Side Racewear, TH Designs from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the 19 of Troy Wagaman, to his outside, the 90 of Trevor Royer. Row number 2. On the inside for Twisted Motorsports, D2 Race Designs from Duluth, Minnesota, the 67 of Miles Jansen. To his outside, the 0 of John Fall. Row number 3 on the inside for BGI SimSport, Night Trips from Owasso, Oklahoma, the 13 of Cody Kelly. To his outside for Beware Racing, Superior Builder from Iola, Kansas, the 117 of Buddy Ware. Row number 4, and rounding out the second heat race for Fit Transportation from Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, the 120 of Jeremy Weigel. To his outside for Green to Checkers Racing, Ed Brown Trucking from Tulare, California, the 49 of Jeffrey Herrick. Brett, thanks for checking in. Or Steve Stanky checking in for rooting on Royer for the win. Brett, thanks for agreeing and checking in the comments as well. Trevor Royer has been the man so far this season. He's only got 2 heat race wins this year, though. but he does have 3 feature wins and the points lead here at the midway point of the season. See if he can expand on that here tonight. Getting ready to go with our sign it up, wraps, signs, and graphics. Heat race number 2 underway, and jumping out to the early race lead, Wagaman going to lead Royer and Miles Jansen around here. Or actually, my bad, we're going to take the top 3 cars are going to go. I don't know, I was thinking 4. Top 3 would give us 15, then we take 5 out of the B main. So getting confused with some of the other races I'm doing. It's top 3. So right now, Miles Jansen has that final transfer spot. Trevor Royer out front, though. And we've made it farther in this one than we did in heat race number 1. Brett and Steve, you're looking like you can predict the future right now because Royer's out front. And he's pulling away from Wagaman as we're almost halfway through heat race number 2. Can the 90 car hold on? He looks mighty fast once again here tonight. He's got that car dialed in on the inside line. He's got to be careful of that wall, though. Now Wagaman might be drawing in a little bit. The top 3 have pulled away from your 4th place driver of Cody Kelly. There is your 3rd place driver. Now taking a look to the inside. That is Miles Jansen looking to the inside of Troy Wagaman. 3 to go this time by. Here they come once again, your top 3. Royer, Wagaman, and Jansen. Gonna head it down the backstretch one more time. This time around, it's going to be the white flag in the air. Here they come. Trevor Royer sees the white flag in the air, looking to seal up this 2nd heat race. Diving it on in one final time, coming around to the checkered flag. Brett and Steve, you are right. Trevor Royer takes the Edmond Trophy Company heat race win. Wagaman will join him in the pole dash. Jansen will go to the feature. Kelly, Fall, Herrick, Weagle, and Ware are going to go to the LCQs. So Stanball gets his 5th heat race win of the season. Royer gets his 3rd. We'll see if anyone can add to their totals here in heat race number 3. Starting on the front row for our 3rd race is going to be a pair of 2 black cars on the front row. For Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Sims, Ultimate Dirt TV, and Onyx Design. From Plymouth, Wisconsin, your pole sitter, the 80 of Joshua Stanky. To the outside for Sandbagger Sim Team, Extreme Indoor Karting. From Clio, Michigan, the 7 of Trevor Berry. Row number 2 on the inside, the 23 of Alex Szerzynski. To the outside for UDSRA, Forrest Waggy I-55 Lawyer from St. Louis, Missouri, the 73 of Larry Moody. Row number 3 on the inside will be the 72 of Rico Robles starting 5th. To the outside, the 305 of Casey Miller starting 6th. And on the back row, starting 7th on the inside, the 66 of Brad Smith. To the outside for Hammerhead Sim Racing. Indy Race Parts Midwest from Hobstadt, Indiana will be the 92 of Peyton Grease starting 8th. 8 cars, 8 laps, top 3 once again to the show, top 2 to the pole dash. We got our bets in here from Brett, and Brett made a bet. Steve was asking who was going to do it. Got a little prediction show going on here in the multi-chat. I like it. I like making predictions. They got their money on Josh Stanky. I'm going to throw it in here. I'm going to take a wild card. I'm going to go with the guy on the outside of row number 1. I'm going to say Trevor Berry gets the heat race win. Here we go. Race underway. It is the Scott Kings Design heat race number 3. Lap number 1 coming around to be completed. Joshua Stanky out front and pulling away. Trevor Berry in the 2nd place position and Alex Szerzynski in that 3rd spot. Szerzynski going to take a look to the inside of Trevor Berry, but now he's getting pressure from Rico Robles. I heard a car make contact with the wall, but it looks like we're going to stay green flag racing for the time being. That's a good thing. I like to see the green flag still in the air. Trevor Berry, Josh Stanky. Stanky able to pull away Stanky is one of our multi-time heat race winners. He's got 2, trying to add to his total here in heat race number 3. Heading it off into 3 and 4 one more time. This time around, we'll be halfway through heat race number 3. Gap staying pretty much consistent for the front 3. We'll jump back up here and take a look. Rico Robles in the 8, Stanky in 3rd, the 7 of Barry in 2nd, and the 80 of Stanky in 1st. But now we got a caution on the racetrack. Let's go back and look and see who it is. Not quite sure. Looking at Casey Miller there, he looked like he was still up to speed. He got into the wall, does an endo, spins on it, and gets it righted again. Quite the crazy crash, but kept it upright. Got it back on all 4 wheels. Probably did some damage to the top of that car, but able to keep it up, get it back going again. That'll give us a stop in the action. Tim Nichols, glad you joined in, even though you missed the start. Got to catch that Ohio State game. Not a big Ohio State fan, but I'd much rather see them win than Alabama win another championship. And let me tell you, after last night's game, if Ohio State wins the national championship tonight, we might have to keep an eye on the state of Ohio, because Cleveland lost their mind last night. I don't even get me started about that game. And then to have 2 massive wins like that in back-to-back nights, state of Ohio could become pretty raucous. We'll just have to put it that way. Working on wrapping up heat race number 3. Joshua Stanky in control out front. Trevor Berry in 2nd. Rico Robles in 3rd, holding on to that final transfer spot right now. Alex Jasinski in 4th. Larry Moody in 5th. Peyton Grease 6th. Brad Smith 7th. Casey Miller in 8th. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. And there it is. Here we go once again. Joshua Stanky, your race leader, trying to wrap it up here, coming to the white flag. Can Rico Robles hold on to that final position? Here comes Trevor Berry to the outside. Berry going to try to make a charge one more time here in the heat race. Don't think he's going to be able to do it. Here comes Joshua Stanky. He's going to take the Scott King design heat race win. Trevor Berry gave him a good run for his money there at the end. He'll come across in 2nd. He'll go with Stanky to the dash. And Rico Robles will pick up the final spot. Tim Nichols, I agree with you. I'm a huge Pitt fan. Steve, you were right once again. Or Brett was right. Steve was asking who would win. Brett got another correct prediction. We'll see if they can go 4 for 4 here in heat race number 4. And get ready to grid out our final heat race of the night. That is the Wicked Cushion eSports heat race number 4, starting on the front row. In the 42 machine, that is Tyler Wilson to the outside for Cadillac from Albany, New York, the 110 of Kevin Handley. Row number 2 on the inside will be the 95 of Dakota Kuhn. To the outside for GoToStCroix.com from Naugatuck, Connecticut, the 17 of Christopher Monroe. Row number 3 on the inside for UDSRA, High Side Fast Line and Speedway Engines from Livingston, Montana, the 56 of David Flick. The outside, the 53 of Bob Ramundo. And rounding it out here in this final heat race on the inside, the 151 of Clayton Tilley. To the outside, the 24 of Mason Hamill. 3 more cars to the show. 2 more to the pole dash, and we'll get ready with our consolation races. They're going with Handley for the win. I got to agree with you guys this time. I think Kevin Handley's going to get it done in heat race number 4. Brett, you've been on a roll. No wonder why Steve wants to keep copying you there. You've got them all correct so far, trying to go 4 for 4. Let's see if he can get it done. Green flag in the air. Here we go. One final heat race to decide it. Kevin Hanley with not a good start at all. Dakota Kuhn. Tyler Wilson with a great start. Here comes Dakota Kuhn to the inside. Going to try to go from third to first in the first lap. Heard a car up there against the wall. I see it riding the outside fence in turn 4, but it looks like we're going to stay green for the time being. Tyler Wilson jumping out to the race lead. Here comes Dakota Kuhn to the inside and Clayton Tilley in the 51. They're trying to make their way through Kevin Hanley. Not even in a transfer spot at the time being. He's back there in the 4th place spot. Tilley and Kuhn trying to battle for 2nd and 3rd now. Tyler Wilson out front trying to pull away with 5 to go. Here comes Tilley on the bottom. He's got that 51 car hooked up and working that bottom line. Oh, Wilson slides up in 4. Here comes Tilley to the bottom. Clayton Tilley using that bottom line. Now going to drift up about a line higher out of 2. Down the backstretch, new race leader, the 51 machine. To the point here with 4 to go, coming to 3 to go. Dakota Kuhn going to try to use that same line to get around the 42. So Kuhn in the final transfer position. Wilson in the 2nd spot, and Clayton Tilley, your race leader. 2 laps left to go. Here comes Kevin Hanley trying to run Dakota Kuhn down for that final transfer position. Kuhn to the outside. Going to try to make that top line work down the backstretch. Can he get it done? Here to go in. White flag in the air this time. Dakota Kuhn trying to work for that 2nd spot. Kevin Hanley, looks like Kuhn's got it at the line this time. So Wilson now back to the 3rd spot. Final transfer position at the moment. But have Kevin Hanley's going to give him a run for his money. Here comes your race winner, taking the Wicked Cushion eSports heat race win will be Clayton Tilley. Dakota Kuhn and Kevin Hanley snuck in there to take the final transfer position over Tyler Wilson. Those 3 will go to the future. Kuhn will go to the Bull Dash. Wilson, Hamill, Monroe, Raimundo, and Fleck will all get ready for our LCQs coming up on the racetrack right now. So here we go, gridding out for our, going to double check here, we're going to have a C-main. So 2 consolation races, wanted to double check that. So it is our Dirty Girl and Dirty Dick Speedway C-main starting on the front row. In the pole position will be Michael Sellers to the outside, Jeffrey Herrick. Row number 2 on the inside, starting 3rd, Casey Miller to the outside, starting 4th, Christopher Monroe. Row number 3, starting 5th, Jonathan White. Starting 6th, Jerome Weagle. Row number 4 on the inside, starting 7th, Brad Smith. To the outside, Bob Raimundo. Row number 5 on the inside, starting 9th, Michael Meek. Starting 10th, Buddy Ware. Row number 6, starting to the inside, Larry Moody. And 11th, 12th, David Flick. And that'll round it out. 12 cars. 4 are going to advance to the back of the B main. So we'll have 2 consolation races, a pole dash, and a 30-lap feature to finish out week number 9. Green flag in the air. Here we go into turn number 1. We got a caution already. This might be Weigel back here in the 10th position. Sorry, Jeremy, I knew you messaged us. I just checked out on it, so it's sorry about that for mispronouncing your name there for a minute. But Jeremy Weigel might have bringing out the caution here. It's not showing him for a minute. Was it Buddy Ware? Not quite sure what happened. I don't know. There was a caution. Weigel, I don't even know if he made it in. All of a sudden. Oh, Bob Ramundo? Was it Ramundo? Yeah, Bob Ramundo. There it is. Had to get replay to work a little bit. Mess around with it a little bit, but Ramundo goes around off the initial start. Caught the wall. Went into one, got a little tap, and around he went. That brings out our first caution here in the B main. We'll get back up here with your leaders. So we get ready to go green flag racing once again. Maybe, if it wants to. There we go. Jump back up here. There's your leader, Michael Sellers. Lights out on the pace truck, so we timed this one just right. We ended up seeing your caution there with Bob Ramundo. Green flag back in the air, and what a big jump there for Sellers. Sellers pulling out to a massive gap here off the restart, leaving Jeffrey Herrick, Casey Miller, and Christopher Monroe back there in his dust. Already almost a full second over Herrick. Herrick now having some trouble, gets a little love tap there from Miller and Monroe. They're going to go by. So that puts Herrick back there in the final transfer position now. Here comes Michael Meek trying to drive through. Meek's had some success the last couple weeks here in the series, trying to even just get it into the B main at this point. He had a rough heat race in heat race number 1. He's pressuring Jeffrey Herrick back here, though, for that 4th place position. Oh, there goes Herrick up on the wall. That's going to allow Meek. He's got into the 4th spot now. Herrick able to get that car down off the wall and get it rolling again back in the 6th position. Sellers out front and checking out by a second. Hasn't pulled out too much farther on Casey Miller, but is setting sail here in the B main. It's going to be tough for Sellers or Miller to go get him. Christopher Monroe hanging on to that 3rd place position, but Michael Meek going to try to come run him down. And I thought I saw a car turned around back there in the middle of 3 and 4. Was it Jonathan White? Let's take a look. Here he is battling. Spins her out there. Gets her rolling again. And clips that inside wall. That has been a big deal here tonight, is that inside retaining wall. That brings out a caution with 4 to go here in our C main. It is Michael Sellers, Casey Miller, Christopher Monroe, Michael Meek, your top 4. Then David Flick, Brad Smith, Buddy Ware, your top 7, and only 7 cars on the racetrack right now. Jonathan White, Jeffrey Herrick, Larry Moody, Bob Ramundo, and Jeremy Weigel, all pulling out for the night. They either had damage to their race cars or spun out like we saw White there, and no, they're not going to recover, so they gave up and called it a night here in week number 9. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses. We get ready to go once again. I see Brett and Steve, you guys said not to try to comment and predict who's going to win the B main or C main. All right, that's fine. Got burned on heat race number 4. I know, it's more fun to pick the heat races anyway, so I don't blame you for not picking the C main. Green flag in the air. Here we go once again with our C main back underway. 3 laps left to go for your race leader, Michael Sellers. Casey Miller, Christopher Monroe, Michael Meek in the final chance for position, but Meek is under pressure and under attack, or he's attacking Christopher Monroe for the 3rd spot. David Flick there as well, going to try to make a case to get up here in a chance for position with 2 to go. Looks like Meek's got the 3rd spot. Christopher Monroe now sitting on that final chance for position, sitting on the bubble. Here comes Flick, white flag in the air, 1 lap left to go here in the C main. Flick gonna dive it on in, slide it up, couldn't make it work in 1 and 2. He'll try it again here in 3 and 4. Here comes your race leader. He's gonna take the Dirty Girl and Dirty Dick Speedway C main. That is Michael Sellers, Casey Miller, Michael Meek, and Christopher Monroe are all gonna go with them to the B main. That'll be coming up here on the racetrack right now. All right, getting ready for the B main. Getting out on the racetrack. I see Steve taking a break for the restroom and the beer stand. Not a bad choice, not a bad choice. Getting ready for the feature. Gonna get ready with the B main. This is the School of Sim Racing B main. Gonna take 5 to the show. Starting on the front row will be in the pole position, Jason Randolph to the outside, Cody Kelly. Row number 2, Alec Szerzynski on the inside, Tyler Wilson to the outside. Row number 3, starting 5th on the inside, Scott King to the outside, John Fall starting 6th. Well, it skipped over row number 4 there. That is starting on the inside, Peyton Grease to the outside, Mason Hamill. Row number 5 will be Michael Sellers starting 9th and Casey Miller starting 10th. And row number 6, starting to the inside, Michael Meek, and to the outside, Christopher Monroe. We're going to get ready to go here in the B main. 5 more cars going to advance to the feature. After this, we'll have our pole dash and then the main event here at Weedsport. Green flag back in the air. 12 laps to put in the books to decide which 5 cars are going to go to the show. Jason Randolph felt early pressure there from Szerzynski, but able to pull away. Hopefully we can keep her straight and on the right path. Here comes Szerzynski to the inside of Jason Randolph in 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. Szerzynski looks like he's got the edge. Going to try to clear him out of 4. Not going to be able to do it. Here comes Randolph back to the top side. Szerzynski at the line here on lap number 2. They're going to do battle here for the 1st and 2nd position. Cody Kelly, Peyton Grease, Tyler Wilson have your top spots right there through 3 and 4. Szerzynski able to clear Randolph. Now he's going to try to set sail with 10 to go. Now 9 to go as we update the timing and scoring. Alex Szerzynski, Jason Randolph battling it out. Cody Kelly in the 3rd place position. We'll go back here and look at Tyler Wilson because it looks like he has his hands full. He's got 3 cars behind him. Casey Miller, Mason Hamill, and Scott King. Looks like the 305 of Casey Miller. And now Tyler Wilson has fallen back. He's going to fall under pressure of Scott King. King gets together with Hamill. They somehow keep those cars straight. We're almost halfway through our B main. Casey Miller now in the final transfer position, trying to hang on to it. He's going to try to go up there and challenge Cody Kelly for the 4th spot now. Laps clicking off pretty fast here in the B main. Coming around to complete lap number 7. 5 laps left to go here in this B main. Cody Kelly under pressure, and he's going to fall to that final transfer position now. He's in the 5th spot. He's going to still have a significant gap over Tyler Woods for the time being. Scott King has fallen back to 9th. It's Mason Hamill in 8th, Michael Sellers in 7th. Doing battle. Looks like Hamill's going to fall back. They're going to swap it back and forth a few times. 3 to go. And there is the caution. Things were starting to get interesting with Peyton Grease and Casey Miller. Before the caution flies, we'll have a green-white checker to decide this thing. We got to go find out who has the issues, though. Is that Michael Meek? Or was it Scott King? Yeah, there he is. Well, Scott, I'm going to have to give you a hard time because I know you'll tell me at the end of the broadcast, here's your TV time for the week. Getting into it there with Sellers. Now here comes Meek. Scott's going to drive it on in here. Get a little loose and slide up there in front of the 21 car. There goes Meek into the wall at the entrance or the exit of pit road. Scott King's then going to come down, turn it inside a little bit too much, get a tap from Fall, and on his side he goes. Well, Scott, you got your weekly TV time right there with that one. You know, that's a running joke after the race. When I talked to our admins afterwards, Scott King, one of them. Gonna get ready to go. 2-lap shootout to decide our final 5 cars here in the feature. Alex Szerzynski, Jason Randolph, Peyton Grease, Casey Miller, Cody Kelly, your top 5. If it were to end now, that's how they would go. Tyler Wilson, Mason Hamill, Michael Sellers, Christopher Monroe, John Fall, the top 10, and then Scott King and Michael Meek. 2 laps left to go to decide it here in the B main. And another great restart for Alex Szerzynski. He looks well on his way to a B main win. Look back here at Randolph and Grease, Miller and Kelly. There's some sheet metal bending I can hear, but it looks like we're going to make it clean to the finish. Here comes your B main winner of thanks to School of Sim Racing. That's going to be Alex Szerzynski. Randolph, Grease, Miller, and Kelly are all going to go with them to the show. Sellers, Wilson, Hamill, Monroe, Fall, King, and Meek. Their nights are going to be done here in week number 9, and we're going to get 8 cars out here on the racetrack for our pull dash. These will be the top 2 from each heat race. Troy Wagaman already starting to come out to the racetrack. There's the 19 car. There's the 90 of Trevor Royer. Dakota Coons out here in the 95. Here he comes. There's Joshua Stanky in the 80. Getting them lined up here on the front stretch. Looks like Max Stanball is going to have the pole position. Oh, looks like a little discussion there going on between where they were all lining up. Berlin and Kuhn trying to figure out where they're supposed to go. Berlin going to go to the outside of row number 1. So it's going to be Wagaman. Berlin, the 51. Slipping my memory here for a minute. That's Clayton Tilley on the inside of row number 2 with Josh Stanky to the outside. Then you got Royer and Stanball. And Barry and Dakota Kuhn. 6 laps to decide our starting lineup. And away we go. Clayton Tilley in Berlin and Wagaman all battling it out here out front. I don't think either one of these 3 have won a pole dash yet. It's a good battle up front. We're going to keep an eye on it. Tilley to the inside. Berlin, Stanky, Royer all getting together there on the bottom line. Tilley's starting to run away with it here, though. Clayton Tilley trying to pull away and take the win. Royer now looking to the inside. Oh, Wagaman's going to get turned. There goes Troy Wagaman. He's going to go to the back. It looks like we are going to bring out a caution. Not many times do we see a caution come out here in the pole dash, but when things like that happen for Wagaman and gets turned on his roof, they want to give him a chance still in the pole dash. He might be in the way, don't want to collect anybody else in the carnage, so they stop it. I think we made it about halfway through before we had that caution. So it's Tilley, Berlin, Royer, Stanky, Stanball, Barry. It looks like it's going to be Stanky, Barry, Stanball, Dakota, Kuhn. I don't know why I said his first name, but Kuhn, and then Tilley. Is Tilley not going to come back? We're going to get him reset. Looks like we're ready to go green once again. Or excuse me, that wasn't Tilley. That was Wagaman. Tilley is your race leader. And he's looking to seal this deal here in the pole dash. He is out in control. Trevor Royer trying to battle with Berlin for the second position. Making their way around. Got to be closing in on a lap or a lap and a half now to go. Here comes Tilley once again in the 51. Then it's Berlin, Royer, Stanball, Barry, Kuhn. Coming around, only a lap or two now possibly left. Tilley coming across the line, then Berlin, Royer. We're going to keep going. Looks like we've got one more lap. Can Tilley end it this time? Is this the checkered flag? Sounds like it is. Tilley, Berlin, Royer, Barry, Stanball, Kuhn. I think I have the order right, but we'll check when we do our field. We're going to send it to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have your A main on the racetracks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few short moments. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We just wrapped up the Dirt Racing Network pole dash. We're going to get set for our Tim's Dirt Track Simulators A main gridding out on the racetrack. Remember, the top 4 rows will be inverted to the way they finished in the pole dash. I believe I have the order correct, but I might have a car or two out of place. Tried to write it down as best as I could see it. So we'll go through the grid. I'll tell you the first front 4 rows of how I have it. And then they're going to go 3 pace laps here once the green flag drops to get these guys set in order. So we'll give you the grid right now and get them rolling. On the front row, your pole sitter will be looking for Clayton Tilley, and on his outside will be Aiden Berlin. Row number 2 will be Trevor Royer with Tyler Barry. Row number 3 will be Max Stanball with, where am I looking for here? Joshua Stanky, Dakota Kuhn, and Troy Wagaman in row number 4. I might have a car or two switched around there. We'll correct it once they get going, but we'll roll with the rest of the grid in row number 5. It's going to jump, and there it goes. Row number 5 will be Carlin Cure on the inside with Miles Jansen on the outside. Row number 6 will be Rico Robles and Kevin Handley to his outside. Row number 7 on the inside will be Alex Szerzynski with Jason Randolph to the outside in the 14th position. Row number 8 will be Peyton Grease on the inside, starting 15th, with Casey Miller on the outside, starting 16th. Row number 9, Cody Kelly will start on the inside in the 17th position. Michael Sellers will start outside in the 18th position. And row number 10, Tyler Wilson will start on the inside in 19th. Mason Hamill will start on the outside in the 20th position. That is your field getting set to go. Let me make sure I have all these guys correct. It is Tilley and Berlin, Royer and Stamball, Barry and Kuhn, Stanky and Wagaman. So I was a little bit off. I tried to write them down as best as I thought I said them or could see them. A couple, as I said, off, but not too bad. Better than I normally do. How about Clayton Tilley picking up the win here in? It's actually his second pole dash win. We're getting ready with our feature. Anne-Marie, thanks for checking in. Rooting on Aiden in the pole dash. He did a good job, and he's sitting on the front row here for the feature. It's going to give him a good starting position. See if he can hold on to it and get himself up here on the podium. His cars looks good so far at Weedsport. We'll see if he can cap off his good night. He's got Trevor Royer, Max Sandball right behind him, ready to do battle. Green flag this time out of turn number 4. This is week number 9. Trevor Royer's won 3 times. We've had 16 different drivers on the podium. Only one multi-time winner. Can another one be in the books tonight, or will we have someone else spoil the party? Green flag in the air. Here we go with the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators A-Main in week number 9 of the Dirt Slingers Racing League. 360 sprint cars, and we are underway already out front. It is Clayton Tilley and Aiden Berlin trying to battle it out here for 30 green flag laps only. Max Stambaugh and Trevor Royer doing battle back there for the final podium position. Looks like Stambaugh tapped the wall a little bit there in 3 and 4. Now he's going to get a run down the front stretch, see if he can pull up around Royer. Barry, Dakota Kuhn, and Joshua Stanky back here battling for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Cars getting a little squirrely already around the racetrack. We're going to keep an eye up here, though, in this 3rd position. Looks like Stambaugh had it at the line last time. They are closing in on Berlin for that 2nd spot. Royer has it this time. He was able to pull a gap on Stambaugh that time around, and Royer drives right up to the back of the 13 of Berlin. He might have tipped the wall there a little bit. That's going to slow up that 13 car. It's going to allow Max Stambaugh to almost thread the needle and go 3 wide. It is hot and heavy up here at the front, and now with these 3 cars doing battle here, why not add the 80 car into the mix? Here comes Joshua Stanky to the front. He's going to drive up into this battle, make it a 4-car battle for the final step of the podium. Actually make it the final 2 steps of the podium. Royer's got the 2nd spot. Stambaugh battling for the final spot. Stanky trying to come with him. And we got a caution on the racetrack. Rico Robles, Casey Miller possibly. Robles has left. Definitely know it's not Max Stambaugh. Miles Jansen possibly. Did he have an issue? Oh, there's the 305. That'll tell you that it was Casey Miller involved. He gets together with the 24. And gets, looks like he might do it all alone here in the corner of 3 and 4 as he clipped the outside wall. Yep, he rides it a little bit. Going to go up on his side, and that will bring out a caution. That is 305. Casey Miller bringing out our first caution here tonight in the A-Main. So it was getting pretty hot and heavy up there at the front of the field. We made it about 7 laps before we had our first caution. It is still Clayton Tilley, Trevor Royer, and Aiden Berlin. Get ready to go green flag racing once again. Tilley going to lead us to the green flag. Royer, Berlin finishing out your podium. Stanball just on the outside looking in. We're going to keep an eye as we go back green flag racing. He's got Tyler Berry and Joshua Stanky right behind him. They're going to be pushing the issue to get up there as well. Aiden Berlin's going to have to do a heck of a job if he wants to stay up here on the podium. He's going to look to the inside of Trevor Royer now as we battle down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Berlin got that preferred inside line over Royer. Almost nicks that inside wall, but keeps it straight. Berlin back up to the 2nd spot. Royer back to the 3rd spot, and he's got Max Stanball looking to the inside of him. Looks like that bottom line is the place to be. As you can see, Berlin, Stanky, and Stanball all nose to tail down there running the bottom. Royer able to hold on to the 3rd spot for the time being. Stanball going to slide up just a little bit. Having a little bit of a connection issue, but we have a heavy battle between Stanball and Royer for that 3rd spot. They're once again right behind Berlin. Here comes Royer. He's going to slide, or Stanball is going to slide up in front of Royer and try to go around Berlin, but he's going to rub that outside wall. It's going to slow his momentum a little bit. Lets Berlin pull back up, and now Stanky has joined the battle. Stanky up to the 4th spot. Royer back to the 5th spot. Stanball in the 3rd spot. He's going to try to go to the outside now against Berlin and try to put him up into the 2nd spot. Working on lap number 16 of 33. Max Stanball to the 2nd spot. Berlin on the final step of the podium. Here comes Stanky, going to thread the needle in 1 and 2. They're going to make a little contact. Stanky backs out of the throttle, keep that 80 car straight, and avoid taking out Berlin as well. Berlin still got the 3rd spot. Stanky settles for 4th. He'll tuck back in. Royer in 5th. Dakota Kuhn has drove his way up to the 6th spot. He's looking to kind of join this battle as well. Clayton Tilley has pulled out, and he's kind of started to check out on the field. He's got a 1.2 second lead over Max Stanball. These cars doing battle back here have allowed Tilley to pull away and have some smooth sailing here in the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators A main. It even looks like Berlin's pulled away a little bit now from Stanky and settled into that 3rd place position. Lap number 19 in the books, working on lap 20. Stanball having some massive connection issues here. Hopefully that thing sorts itself out. We've seen in the last couple weeks or so some cars lose their running position because of the connection issues. Hopefully that's not the case, but Joshua Stanky has found something here, closing in on 10 laps left to go in that 80 car because he has closed the gap back up to Aiden Berlin. Coming out of 4, he is on the tail of that 13 car. Now he's going to dive it down to the inside in 1 and 2, push Berlin up to the top side. Stanky using that bottom line. He gets a good run out of 4 the last couple laps. Can he use it to his advantage coming to the line? No. Berlin able to pull away by a car again and hold on to that 3rd place position. 11 laps to go here in the feature. Max Stanball in the 2nd position. Clayton Tilley still out front. Stanky and Berlin battling for a podium position. Josh Stanky down to the inside. Berlin into the wall, almost gets that car completely sideways, and Stanky able to run away with the 3rd spot for the time being. Coming to 8 to go this time by for your leaders. We'll check up back once again with Clayton Tilley. He's got 1.2 seconds over Max Stanball in 2nd. Stanball a good gap over Joshua Stanky, and now Berlin is going to have to compose himself and try to remount a challenge here to drive back up to the 80 car if he has any shot at a podium. Dakota Kuhn battling back here with Trevor Royer for the 5th place position. Royer and Kuhn at it, working on now 5 laps left to go here in this feature. Royer looks like he might have it coming out of 2 this time for the 5th place spot. Then you have Wagaman and Grease battling back here in the 8th place position. That's the 7th and 8th place position that they're going for. They're going to join this 5th and 6th place battle as well. We'll jump back up front to your podium contenders. Tilley seems like he has it on lock. Got ahead of myself in the lap count there. Now there's 5 to go. And Tilley well in control. Max Stambaugh now starting to see some pressure from Joshua Stanky. Stanky starting to work that bottom line. He's closed the gap on Stambaugh and might be able to contend here for that 2nd place position. Berlin has fallen way off the pace of Stanky. Stanky's got this car hooked up. Remember, this is a fixed setup here tonight. They switch on and off with an open and fixed setup. Tonight is fixed in this iRacing series. Right now, Max Stambaugh fighting for his life in that 2nd place spot. But they've started to close in on Tilley just a little bit as well. That lead has shrunk ever so slightly. They at least have him in view now. Working on 2 to go, coming to the white flag. We'll jump back up here to the spectator view. They're going to start to encounter lappers, but it may be a lap or 2 late for Stanky and Stambaugh. Tilley's going to be able to run the high line here in 1 and 2 down the backstretch into 3 and 4. They're working on catching Cody Kelly, but the time's going to run out. Clayton Tilley is going to take the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators feature win. Max Stambaugh and Joshua Stanky are going to finish on the podium position. Aiden Berlin, Dakota Kuhn will wrap up your top 5. Wagaman, Royer, Barry, Jansen, and Cure going to wrap up your top 10. We'll get these 3 guys down here in front of the podium. Clayton Tilley pulling it out. Gotta check. Did he pulled off almost. He pulled off the trifecta, almost pulled off all 4. He did not get the quick time. Otherwise, he would have pulled off the quick time, a heat race win, the pole dash, and the A main. There's Stanky. I don't see Stambaugh. Did Stambaugh leave? All right, we'll have to go with that right there. No, Stambaugh's still supposed to be there. So where did the 5 car go to? All right, we'll leave it like that. We'll get him up here in the booth. We get our 3rd place finisher up here. Joshua Stanky. Oh, there we go. There's the 5 car Max Stambaugh. He's back there. Let's get our 3rd place finisher up here in the booth with us, Josh Stanky. Josh, do you got a copy? Hold on 1 second there, buddy. I think we might. Let me see if we can get your volume working. Josh, you got a copy? All right, I am not hearing you for some reason. Let's try that again. You got us, Josh? Let me see. Let me check 1 second here, Josh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, bud. I don't have you. I see that you're talking, but I don't have anything coming through on my end. Let's try it one more time. Do you got me? Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on. Let me grab one of these other guys and we'll pull you back up in a minute and see if we got something. All right, let's try Max Stambaugh. Let's pull Max up here in the booth, see if we can get him in here. Max, you got a copy? All right, so it must be on my end because I do not have any of these guys. Cannot hear any of them. Roger, I don't got you either. Hold on, I think I might have fixed it. Give me 1 second.
Hear me now?
There we go. We got you now.
All right, there you go, buddy.
All right. Thank you. All right, Max, since we got you here in the booth and we got you on the line, second place here tonight. You had a good battle there with Stanky for a little bit and Royer. What made your car so good here? And it looked like that bottom line might have been the place to go, was it?
Yeah, we were pretty good. So Rogers races normally like that, and really makes the driver have to work for it. So pretty good night, and happy with second.
All right, man. Is there anyone you want to thank before we let you go on your way here tonight?
Just Momentum Sim Sport, Sandbagger Sim Team, and Roger for putting this on, and Tim Sims.
All right, that is your second place finisher. Max Stamball will bring in Josh Stanky here since we had him in the chat once already and I had some issues. We'll bring him back up in here before we get to your race winner. Josh, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, we got you here this time. Man, you drove through the pack there a little bit towards the mid-race portion. Seemed like you were running that top line pretty well too and drove up here through the field, got into that podium position and were running down Max. What did you find that made your 80 car so fast here tonight?
Yeah, I kind of regret making a silly mistake in the dash. I was going to set in fourth, and I would have had to do less passing, and I definitely think I was quicker than those the guys in front of me at one point. And once I caught up to them, I kind of just threw myself out of a rhythm. I tried finding every little extra bite, even though I already had it. I think I was just being a little too impatient and thought I maybe could have found more. Then I just started making mistakes, and that's what held me back in third. But it was a good run overall. I was able to get around a couple of guys, trying a bunch of different lines, and it seemed like the setup had a little too much fuel in it for that track, but it was still a fun race to run in, and I was just happy to take home a podium.
All right, is there anyone you want to thank for your podium finish here tonight?
I thank the guys at Black Diamond, Brett at UDTV, Drew at One Night Designs, Tim for Trick Simulators, you for putting on the broadcast, and Roger for putting on the league.
All right, that is your third place finisher here tonight. Joshua Stanky will get your race winner up here in the booth with us. Clayton Tilley. Clayton, do you got a copy?
Sure do, mate.
Man, you had it pretty much all night long. You won your heat race, you won the pole dash, and you dominated the feature here tonight. What did you like so much about this racetrack to give you those 3 wins?
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. I kind of was really comfortable with the setup. I had the wing back a little bit and just sort of rolling the bottom. I was barely on the throttle. The car didn't really have to do much work, and I didn't really have to do much work. It was just sort of keeping it straight and keeping it on the bottom. And yeah, as you saw in the heat race and the dash, we were just able to roll past people because no one was down there.
It seemed like timing might have been on your side. If you had maybe another 2-3 laps, you might have started to encounter deeper lap traffic. Was that a sigh of relief knowing that you saw the white flag coming out there as you started to approach those back of the pack cars?
Yeah, it was kind of happy that we were getting there because I was watching my relative too and saw that Max was starting to pull me in. So I was just sort of about trying to keep my line steady and try and hold on for as best I could and just count the laps down. And yeah, we got there in the end. All
right. Is there anyone you want to thank for your win here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Speedshop51.com for all your weekly 360 410 setups. Everything dirt, Verdict Clothing, CT Designs. You guys are putting on the show and for broadcasting and all that jazz. So yeah, cheers.
All right, that is your week 9 winner here, Clayton Tilley. We will give you the results one final time. Apologize there for the technical issues in getting our interviews, but we did get them in. We'll get our final results up here on the screen. As we mentioned, Clayton Tilley taking the win, Max Stamball and Joshua Stanky rounding out your podium. Aiden Berlin with a good run in 4th, Dakota Kuhn in 5th, Wackerman in 6th, Royer 7th, Barry 8th, Miles Jansen 9th, and Carlin Kira rounding out your top 10. Peyton Grease in 11th, Kevin Hanley in 12th, Jason Randolph in 13th, Mason Hamill in 14th, Alex Rosinski 15th, Tyler Wilson 16th, Cody Kelly 17th, Michael Sellers 18th, Casey Miller 19th, and Rico Robles in 20. That will round out the night here at the Dirt Slingers Racing League. their 360 Sprint Car Series. We are officially halfway through the season. We will get it back going next week with week number 10, but we still have quite a few races here this week on the Dirt Racing Network. Tune in tomorrow night for National Auto Racing Circuit and School of Sim Racing for their 410 Wing Sprint Cars All-Star Series, iRacing rating of 2,000 or higher. So a lot of the guys you saw here tonight and on the Dirt Racing Network in general will be there. That starts at 10 Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a late night, but it's a fun race to come out and watch. And then Wednesday night, we are back with the Dirt Slingers Racing League's Up Mod / Big Block Series at 8 Eastern. This week, it will be the big blocks. And then at 9:30 Eastern, Roger and I will be doing split shows once again. He'll have the School of Sim Racing for their big block modifieds at 9:30 Eastern, and I will have their Dirt Kings Racing League for their Ump Mod series at 9:30. And we wrap up the week once again on Thursday with the DSRL 410 Winged Sprint Cars at Eastern. So we still got 5 more shows left to do this week, so don't go anywhere. Come back to the Dirt Racing Network, check out all of our amazing racing action. And if you haven't already, follow the Facebook page so that way you get notified every time we go live, and we can continue to build upon that 10K follower base we already hit this year. For everyone at the Dirt Racing Network, all of our sponsors, for Roger Wagner, I'm Dom Santina. Thank you. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for